Bitcoin will grind lower to about $15,000 before bottoming. So investors shouldn't rush in now, says Guggenheim's Scott Minerd, who suddenly knows everything about Bitcoin. Josh Higala, is this the bottom of Bitcoin? Will we see 15K? Will we go lower?
Look, everything's possible. I don't believe we'll hit 15K. It's pretty low. But Matt, never say never. If it does, yeah, I'll be selling some gold and buying some Bitcoin back. Yeah, that's for sure.
I saw a great post the other day on Twitter. It said, if you still have cash to buy, you're not hodling correctly. And it's always been a contradiction to me about when I'm supposed to hodl and when I'm supposed to buy the dip and which time it is. I always seem backwards, but it does seem to be what everyone else is doing.
No, it's very tricky. I think that the hodl meme is good and all, but a lot of people need to buy things. They need to pay for stuff, and but also when it's up at ridiculous levels, when there's the full-on hockey stick, you're just going to be a fool to not take some profits because it's going to go down. And that's so we run Voltoro, so we put it in allocated bullion, sitting there, and then we sell the bullion back for crypto when it's dipping.
Juan Galt, the price of Bitcoin goes up and down, but once again, we can appeal to authority. The smart people in finance are here to tell us about the value of Bitcoin. Are they correct? Is it as simple as that? We're going to 15K. Juan Galt, unmute yourself.
Almost every technical analyst right now is looking at Bitcoin with traditional technical analysis tools like what you would use to analyze commodities like gold or silver and or stocks where the CEO, with a stock, the CEO can create more shares at the top and dump against the bull market and dampen the bull market. With commodities, the mining industry says, wow, the price is triple what it was 6 months ago, and we've ramped up production, so they start selling against the bull market and it dampens the production. With Bitcoin, you can't do that. There's no extra supply, and it's a very different class of assets than anything else that traditional traders are used to looking at. And that is one of the main reasons I'm skeptical that we're going to go to 14K or that quickly. But if there was a low, it probably would be 14K unless we blow past probably 100,000. So right now I'm still bullish. I'm actually bullish right now because everybody's bearish. But I think we're definitely in a cool-off period. As far as what the mainstream sort of investors are saying, they're positioning, hoping to be right and become famous for 6 months. So yeah.
We've got 40 live viewers. Be sure to push the like button. It's free right down below. You don't even have to be live. Dan Eve, the Crypto Raptor, the price of Bitcoin goes up and down, ...
Yeah, I'm definitely with Juan there about the fact that TA is it works for traditional markets, but as he mentioned about the supply, it's like static, obviously, apart from the halvenings, and it's a very community based. It's very community driven. It's driven by people's crazy, insatiable appetite for making money and thinking, oh, this Bitcoin's going to, or thinking that Bitcoin's dying and dumping it. Also, just a simple tweet can send Bitcoin going mental. And I know that there's synergies in the real world. When was it like Instagram that dropped when one of the Kardashians said that she wouldn't use it anymore or something like that? I know that there was a huge stock wipe, so it can happen. But it's just not as crazy as the Bitcoin world, and it's kind of a completely different kettle of fish. So although they're saying it could drop completely at the same time, and I'll kind of looping back to the previous question about this July debate. Something that would turn it completely is if by July magically, especially with the miners being decommissioned all over the shop in China, that at this debate, for example, Jack Dorsey kind of gives Elon enough information to say that he believes there's 51%. There's been a 51% green attack on mining, and it's now more green than not. And that could swing things completely. You know, that's although it's bad, the negative impact of Tesla dropping Bitcoin after the big hype. I think that the massive boost that Bitcoin's going to get once Tesla's back in will be quite, it's going to be quite significant. But the actual, going back to the hash rate at the moment, the hash rate's actually dropped. It was pretty crazy low. I remember at peak it was like 170 exahash or something, right? Right now it's actually 105. So it's dropped a significant amount from all-time high, and the price has followed that. That's one thing that I don't know if TA accounts for is like, external variables like, the price following the hash rate. But yeah, I'd like to see it go down to 15 so that I could buy some, because I'd sell everything. But at the same time, I don't think it's gonna happen. I think it's sort of wavering around the 30K marker. Things will be a bit scary, a bit sideways. There'll be a few days where there's like a 10 to 15% drop. But I just can't believe that this is the end of the bull run. And like that specific article was saying that, hold on for another 4 years. It just seems like it was too short, this bull run. So I'm pumped for some more Bitcoin price action, and I hope that everyone's lovely laser eyes take us to 100K.